Today, we are going to be taking a walk through the woods to survey the damage from all the fallen trees from the latest set of storms. Every year about this time, the storms play havoc on the woods. And every time we think we're getting ahead by chopping down trees for firewood, we are sorely mistaken. And while we're back there, we might as well teach our son some useful chainsaw skill. Every year, lots of people get in accidents with chainsaws. Have you ever been in an accident with a chainsaw? Or have you known someone who has? I've known plenty of people. It is a fact of life with chainsaws if you are not careful. So I thought it'd be a great idea to teach them now. Do you think that's a good idea or a bad idea to teach a 10-year-old how to use a chainsaw? And how old were you when you first learned how to use a chainsaw? Let me know in the comments down below if you think that was a good idea or a bad idea. We're also going to be demonstrating a very unique type of chainsaw, and maybe that makes a difference. Let me know if you think so down below. We're also going to be going through and trying to drain out some of our wet, swampy areas out back so that we can get ready to plant more trees in the fall. So of course, we're going to be putting the backhoe to work and hopefully not getting stuck. Let's go take a look. All right, so it's a nice day out, so we decided to take a little trip out to the backwoods and see what kind of carnage the latest storms have wreaked back there. Every year during maple syrup season, we have massive storms that rack the woods and cause all the trees to fall over. So I'm curious to see how bad it is. Let's go. We have a deer scrape. We've never seen one right here. This is right before the entrance of the woods. This is pretty thick. This all needs to get dug out with the TYM. Oh my gosh, what is this? Where did that hole come from?
I think that's where Jeremy dug dirt out of.
How have I not seen that before? It looks pretty deep.
Okay.
Man, look at all these trees down through here. Put the stick in the middle. Put the stick in the middle. And Daddy's just gonna jump in. That might be maybe 12 inches deep. Ooh, look, we got some green grass. It's been eaten down a bit. It's a lot of water back here still. And soggy ground means trees that like to fall over. See, there's one right through there. The fallen down trees are the #1 reason that we never come back here. Because we can't. Ooh, that's definitely a hole. Wow. Whoa, man. That's all water in there. If you've got trees down across the trails, it makes it hard to get back here with quads, side-by-sides, dirt bikes, etc. So how do you think this is gonna end?
I don't know.
Man, look at all those trees out there. Holy cow. I mean, these have been down, I think, but up here. Which one? That one right there?
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. I thought we had one. It is, and it looks pretty healthy too, which is kind of unusual. So then we've got this project right here, which needs a culvert. You can see water flowing out here and right there. And I think it's supposed to go down that way somewhere. So like stuff like this is why we can't come back here. Just this, I mean, this is huge. This is massive. Can't drag this out with a tractor. Can't haul it out by hand. With trees falling over in the woods all of the time, it's obviously a major irritant. But it's hard to know. Are these trees actually part of the ecosystem? Is this something that's needed to happen in the woods for other things like mushrooms to survive? We do have quite a variety of mushrooms back here. Right here we have possibly some turkey tail. But when the ground stays saturated almost year-round, any sort of windstorm coming through easily uproots these trees. Despite how deep the root systems go, the ground just can't hold them, and they give way and fall over. And of course, that plays into the fact of that means more trees fall over. For each tree that falls over, it leaves a gaping hole in the ground, which fills with water, which stays wet, and which makes other trees fall over next to it. Up ahead, we have the oldest members of our woods, 2 massive sugar maple trees. The only 2 trees that were never logged off long ago when loggers came through and pulled all the wood out of these forests hundreds of years ago. These 2 trees stand to tell the story of all of the history back here.
I mean, if it's 300 years old, that put it in the 1700s, and when did we discover America?
1400s.
Really?
Yeah. So if it's 500 years old, I mean, yeah, that'd be before America was discovered. Isn't that crazy to think about?
Dad, I found a trampoline.
When you think about all the stuff that tree has seen.
Corner marker tree. That's why
Yeah.
it's never been cut.
Right. Is she just fun? What's the bug teasing you? Yeah. Lots of fun. Yeah, this is the path we never use, and that's the only one that's clear.
Yeah.
Of course, this was the path that one guy came through cutting down all the wood without asking us, which is probably why it's so clear.
Why is there so much corn back here?
So much what?
Corn.
From the neighbors. They had a cornfield.
Yeah, to get that jump stuff going in or something.
What?
Your balance isn't quite as good as hers.
She's like, hurry up.
You got low center.
Come on, Daddy.
She's already there.
Let's try. Go, Daddy.
Did you see all these cement chunks over here? So I told you that there's cement all over.
Daddy, come here.
This is obviously man-made of some sort. It's almost like something on the bayou out here. It's crazy. This is almost always full of water. Oh man, here's what's left of our maple syrup. Wow, some of it's from trees that fell over and some of it's from trees falling on the lines. Yeah. Gosh.
I think this would all have to get redone anyways with sap ladders.
I agree, I would. I mean, we could leave it up and then kind of, because it marks where the trees are still. And it gives you a good visual, but it would have to be redesigned for sure. Even though we had massive success with this line system to tap our maple trees years ago, it needed a lot of work and a lot of time. And that was unfortunately one of those things that we just hadn't gotten time to. Now, 4 or 5 years later, the lines are falling apart, and all of them will need to be replaced with fresh lines and maybe a new system. Man, this is some major stuff. Hon, you know, you look at some of this stuff, like this is something stupid. I mean, would you really want to have to carry a chainsaw through the entire woods just to cut down one tree like this for maple syrup season? Or like if something like this fell on the lines, you're like, oh crap, there's a tree in the line. Now I gotta run back and go get a giant chainsaw. Like, why can't they make like chainsaws tiny? Like little tiny ones? You mean like this?
Huh?
You mean like this?
Yeah. Oh, is that a mosquito? What's up?
This is a saker.
Huh?
This is a saker.
Where'd you get that?
I got it.
Huh?
You think it'll work on that tree?
No, I don't know. That is tiny. That's cute.
I know, that'd be nice for deer hunting, wouldn't it? I mean, it'd be loud, but I mean, if you're clearing out a deer stand, you don't want to carry a giant. Hey, I want to do it. I know you and chainsaws are a little questionable. Yeah.
Oh, wait, chainsaw.
It works pretty good.
It's definitely got some good bite to it. Holy cow. No, let me get this one up. I'll let you do a small one, okay?
Fine.
This thing's got some serious, like, aggression to it.
Or not.
I mean, it's pretty much, there it is. Just need a dad to lift it. When you cut, you gotta push this button right here, and you gotta pull the trigger at the same time. And you wanna keep it towards the back end. Don't cut in the front, because it'll kick on you, okay? Cut back here, and always rotate it back and forth like this, okay? You picked the hardest part of the tree.
I did.
That's the knot, yeah.
Right here.
Don't pull it. Just, there you go, yep. Don't push hard. Nice and easy. Nice, there you go. Dad, want to try it now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course he does. Dad got really excited. So you're not supposed to cut anything over 4 inches with this, but if you're careful and you do a relief cut, you can get larger trees.
I did that.
So the stacker has a rechargeable battery, which is nice because you don't have a giant charging port for this thing. It just has like a little plug that you plug into it and it charges it up. So the nice thing about this is for maple syrup season, this is a lifesaver. I mean, you can use this on the Christmas tree farm too, to cut down trees or to trim branches off. Things moving just a little bit. Yeah, look at that. That was fast. Is that 4 inches?
That's probably the maximum you want to go,
Yeah.
because that blade barely.
Right, and that's what they say is 4 inches based on the size of the blade. But I mean,
That's
yeah.
good. Yeah, a little useful.
Yeah, and it's backpack. You can stay it in your backpack. Yeah, that's definitely a nice little handy thing to have. Anybody who likes being out in the woods or who has woods, wants to keep up on maintenance, goes hunting.
Light it up just to throw in a backpack.
Yeah, that's what I did. I had it in a backpack. I mean, it doesn't have a backpack or a carrying case, but you can put it in any backpack and you barely notice that it's there. And that's coming from me. But yeah, this is nice. It's still portable. I'm not sure how long the battery will last, but it definitely has some good effective bite to it. Now this is a new chain, so that's gonna be part of the bite, but they do sell replacement chains too. But I mean,
Can you sharpen that chain?
well, it's a normal chainsaw chain, so yes, you can remove the chain, so I'd imagine you can sharpen it too. But see, now when we go out into the woods, we can just take this little guy with us. So yeah, this is the Saker, I don't remember how it's pronounced. If you guys are interested in this, there is a link in the description. You'll definitely be seeing this more in our videos because this is something that we can use a lot of. I mean, not just for trees down on the path, but they also say you can use this for fruit trees or grapevines. So they do include some oil to oil the chain with, and they actually include food grade oil. So if you do want to use this on your fruit trees, it's not going to damage them.
What sort of things would you use a mini chainsaw for? Let me know in the comments down below.
Daddy. Daddy girl. Good girl. Now the question is, what are we gonna be doing with the 2am today? And I gotta admit, I was not expecting this right now to happen, but hey, it's all right. So down here, this is our wettest area of the entire property. Back when we first moved in, this was almost a swamp. We went through and we planted corn out here. And really it was that first planting of corn that really helped dry this whole area out. Then we went through and we seeded it with rye. That was a disaster. Don't ever do that. And then finally grass. Eric's gonna see if he can flip over the compost pile. Which isn't composting because I never flip it, so it's just a pile of crap. Oh, but it looks like it might be steaming a little bit. That's good.
Go that way or this way with it? Because that's going to pull that way.
Yeah, it might just drain off on its own. It's true. So even though this isn't full of water all year round, it's full of water for a good portion of the year, which makes it pretty much unusable. Unless, of course, you're growing canary reed grass, which is not good.
Well, the trench was definitely doing its job. It was filling with water, and Eric worked to continue to divert it down to a small pond kind of by our two joining hayfields. Unfortunately, it filled up very quickly, so we'll likely have to dig that out too. But at least it's pulling water out of the fields and hopefully away from our crops. Even though the ground here is wet and seemingly soft, it is very hard, dense, packed clay, which proved a real trick trying to dig through. Can you imagine trying to get crops to grow through this? That stuff is thick. Alright, you're gonna lose your ball. Go, Carl. Whew. Thank you so much, guys. It was so much fun. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. What did you think of the chainsaw? Do you think that's something that is a good, useful tool to train kids on? It's obviously not meant for kids, and I do not think you should ever hand it to a kid without supervision. But I feel like it's a little bit easier to handle than a big, large chainsaw, and they can still get a general idea of the mechanics and what to watch out for. What do you think? Let me know down below. Thank you guys so much. I really enjoy spending time with you guys. Until next time, see you later. Take care. Love you. Bye.